So
Recording.
true.
All right. Yeah.
Hey,
We're here.
it's
We're back.
time.
Yeah.
Episode 4
I don't
of
have.
the greatest show on earth.
Yeah,
Yeah. We're kind
that's
of
so
cool,
true
huh?
when you think about it. Yeah, what were we doing to? Hold on, let me pull up the list.
Yeah, I
Okay,
needed to. I forgot.
I kind of want to mention just something that I thought was kind of funny. Was just I don't think any of us bought a PlayStation 5 or anything like that.
Right.
Nope.
But the Cyberpunk game that just came out like a few days after it got pulled from
Yeah.
Yeah,
stores
that's
because it
kinda
was so
fresh.
broken.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
I was
pretty
thinking about
funny.
that sucks because even if once it gets all fixed, it's a really good game, people are always going to remember that. They're not
Yeah,
gonna remember,
terrible
like, oh,
PR.
yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Apparently, what
so bad.
happened is just higher ups, executives were just released it when it was unfinished, just like pushed to get it released when it wasn't ready. So
Yeah.
you just
Smart.
have this like
Apparently, it's good
unfinished
if you
game.
have a $3,000 PC, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
not everybody
it's-
has that.
Yeah.
I just wanted
it's
to
kind of an
mention that
issue.
because I thought it was funny, and it's
Yeah.
kind of the only notable news for me that was like,
Yeah. Also, a little
Yeah.
bit of other news. Just we don't really have. We were setting up a segment. We don't really have it in place right now. But at the moment, we kind of have a sitch going on. And basically, Mr. Paul McCartney released a new album. I don't know if I'm gonna listen to
Oh,
it, but
right,
It did?
right,
When?
Yeah, he did.
yeah, Paul McCartney 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw it on Spotify on Friday, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
there it is.
I just hope
McCartney
it's
3,
better
December
than some
18th.
of his recent material.
We can talk about that on a recent one for the next episode.
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Yeah, we might
I
do.
don't know if I want to like fully cover it.
Yeah,
Paul
that's like
McCartney.
more of a novelty thing. It's just a new thing.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah, I had a bit of a question for you guys, a little question of the day. And the question goes, this might be a tough one for you guys, and it's
Yeah.
a tough one for me too. Who is your favorite director?
Man, I don't even know like that
Man.
enough to
Yeah.
pick one.
Yeah.
I probably should have asked this later because it's a tough question,
I need-
especially
yeah.
since I've
I need to watch
I've
more
seen,
movies,
like-
get more culture.
Yeah. 'Cause
yeah.
Another thing is, it's kind of weird. I'm not really a movie guy. That's the whole thing.
Hmm.
I don't really have a
Well-
preferred director, really.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
I guess I don't really have like a one all-time favorite, but I've been watching some stuff by one recently. I'm kind of a fan of Jon Favreau. He's directed a couple things.
Oh,
He
Jon
did.
Favreau. Yeah.
I've been watching The Mandalorian, and it's good.
Oh, John
I like it. He's not my
I-
favorite, but I've
Can
been.
we talk about The Mandalorian? Because that
Yeah.
show, I hate that show.
Why
I don't know
why do you
why
hate
everyone
it? What
likes
the fuck?
I think that's okay.
Really?
I have to explain it a little more.
In years.
The most I know is I've seen like 5 or 6 episodes before I just gave up on it. And I've been rewatching. I rewatched the first 3 episodes, and yeah, it sucks ass.
What? Why?
It was really boring.
I cannot.
Well, 'cause
get behind that
we
take,
should
I
have
gotta be
prepared
honest.
this. I wasn't planning on it.
Yeah,
We'll
I
talk about it
understand.
another time. I have
Yeah.
to formulate my thoughts on it.
Yeah,
more.
I feel like-
Jon Favreau hate.
I don't.
spiel.
I'm not saying
I
he's
really
my
don't
favorite
like
director of all time. I've just been watching stuff that show, and it made me think. Oh,
I mean, he did
I'm
Elf.
digging it. He did Elf.
He
did
did.
he? Oh, he was in Elf too. He had a cameo.
Yeah,
Yeah, he has a cameo.
He likes to
cool.
put himself in
Uh,
his movies.
that's kind of cool.
So true.
I would do
Yeah,
that.
I would say probably. I mean, I think I know it's kind of like generic. I would say probably like an Edgar Wright thing.
He makes-
is
yeah.
probably mine.
Yeah,
I like
Actually-
Yorgos Lanthimos a lot too. He's made some really great stuff that I've
I just
seen.
thought of a meathead director that I kind of like. Wait, no, not
Yeah.
meathead. I'm thinking of someone else. I got it confused. I like Damien Chazelle. He's cool. He's not
Who-
meathead.
what's
I
he
was thinking
made?
of somebody else.
What's
He made
What's he
Whiplash,
made?
among other things.
Oh yeah.
And I like that kind of the style a lot of that movie.
Yeah, but I like the thing is I haven't seen any other like I like one like my favorite movie is Brazil, but I wouldn't say that the guy who made Brazil is my favorite director.
No,
'cause
no,
I
no.
haven't
I
really
don't.
seen
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
I don't have a solid.
Like I've seen Monty Python.
Yeah.
I need to get to that point.
I don't really have a favorite director, but I do have some that I like. Taika Waititi, I really like. He's
cool.
He's
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
He's got a good
that's understandable.
style, yeah.
Yeah, I think Taika Waititi's. I've only seen 2 of his movies, to be fair.
Ones?
Which were Jojo Rabbit and Thor Ragnarok.
Both very different movies.
Yeah, and I don't know, but from what I've seen, I think he's kind of overrated. I haven't seen his best movies. Like those are not his best movies at all.
Yeah, especially when you're kind of working under the Disney confines, you can't really make your best work when you're doing Thor Ragnarok.
I like Jojo Rabbit. Jojo Rabbit was good. And Thor Ragnarok is kind of meh.
Yeah. I've seen
it's alright, I guess.
I've seen a few of his movies. Like not a ton, like a few.
Yeah, I'm looking through what he's made right now. Just kind of like
he made like some movie Boy. I think that's like one of his
he's got Boy, he's got Hunt for the Wilder People.
That's
that I want to watch Boy because I've heard that's like his best.
Yeah,
so
that's like one of the ones I haven't seen.
Okay.
I don't like the kid from Hunt for the Wilder People. I don't like how he looks.
Oh, have you both
His
seen
face
Hunt for
just
the
bothers
Wilder
me.
People?
Yeah,
no, but I'm just looking at the poster. I don't like it.
Oh.
Completely biased,
that,
faceless opinion.
He's a little.
Yeah, let's bully a kid for being fat.
yeah,
let's do that.
I think we'll move on now.
Yeah,
I think
we don't really have much to say. I'll be honest.
This is a much shorter intro one. The last intro was like half of the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been talking a lot, but coincidentally, it is also the first movie pick is my movie pick, and I have chosen the new David Fincher movie, Mank.
That's a joke. I don't hate it. I just thought that'd be funny.
Yeah.
That was so funny, Callum. That was hilarious.
Thank you. I'm glad I can.
In my grave right
I can bring
really
the comedy aspect to our little trip.
That's so true. You're the only funny one.
Yeah, you're the actual only funny one.
I would disagree.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
so I've seen that you weren't the biggest fan of it. I just wanted to know what you thought, Callum.
I didn't dislike it. I wrote just as after I finished watching it, I wrote like some unorganized kind of thoughts. I feel like in the beginning, like first half, it's really kind of slow and unorganized. Like I felt like I needed to have already known who these people were in real life to know what was going on. Like I was like, who am I supposed to know who he's talking to right now? Like, I definitely started to warm up to it later. Yeah. Near the end, I started to like it, but I still kind of had like just a vague idea of what was really going on.
Yeah, there are a lot of characters in it.
Yeah,
that's
one thing. I saw kind of a weird editing choice in just like one of the switches between 2 scenes. It was just really, like, it just felt really like shitty. It felt like a really shitty edit.
Where? When?
When there's nothing that stuck out to me.
When one of the guys closes the door, and then it's like, and there's the chick with the fat tits, right? The guy closes the door. What do you mean?
I have no idea.
Seen the movie? Have no idea. Have you not
I've
seen
the movie? I saw it a couple of weeks ago. That's the thing. I probably should have rewatched it.
Yeah, you probably should.
So I don't remember every scene. I for a lot of people, like, the structure of the movie was like a turnoff. I don't know. I kind of enjoyed how it goes like back and forth, and I like the scene transitions.
Once you kind of kept up with when was present and when was past, it was easier to understand once I realized, oh, they're switching back and forth. Like then I was like, oh yeah, okay. This is
so, did you guys watch the movie like knowing it was about Herman Mankiewicz, or did you just go in blank? Because I
read the description just to know like the synopsis on Letterboxd, just to know what it was kind of about.
On Letterboxd.
And like half an hour in, I googled Herman Mankiewicz, and then I continued watching.
No fucking clue who.
I think that would have kind of ruined the movie for me, because I watched it not knowing, and then at the end I was like, oh shit, that's really cool. Like that's what this is all about. I thought that was So I didn't know, and I think that really added to it for me.
I understand.
Yeah.
It was just like it was like that aha moment where it's like, oh, it's
Right.
about
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
about
yeah.
Citizen
Citizen
Kane guy.
Kane guy.
I guess
I
going
like how
into
it
it
pays.
knowing, oh, this is the guy who wrote Citizen Kane, kind of
Yeah.
made it like when there's not that like reveal. I guess it's kind of like,
Yeah. It's just I guess that just added to it for me because this was like a passion project for him, and you can really tell.
Oh yeah.
And I like, well, yeah, you can just like, you can tell because he's like paying homage to the style of Citizen Kane with
Right.
like the
Yeah,
black and white
that's
and
true.
everything, which I really did enjoy.
It's kind
I
of
think
crazy.
it's really, really well shot. It's one of
I
David
think-
Fincher's best shot movies.
I think if you're gonna make a movie in black and white, you have to have a reason to do it, and so otherwise it just seems like you got lazy and threw a filter on for no reason.
Mhm.
But I think in this
Yeah.
movie, it
It
obviously
does make
is for a
sense,
reason
yeah.
because it is kind of paying
Yeah.
homage to that
Because in
style.
the 1940s,
Yeah, well, it's a
no one
period
saw
to
color.
it's a period piece about old movies
Right.
too, and I
So it
like
makes
that
sense.
aspect.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
one saw color
Yeah, I
in the
like that.
1940s, so it makes a lot more
Mhm.
sense. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all
Um,
colorblind, and when
yeah.
Wizard of Oz came
Yeah.
out, we all
As
gained
soon
the
as
ability
Oz
to see
came
color.
out, man, they're like, holy shit.
The world was
And then they
filled
just
with
started
color.
that's
painting
why
things
that
red.
movie is so revolutionary. Okay. I didn't
Otherwise,
know
it's
that.
kind of mid, but that's for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a scene I
Um,
really liked in Mank that I want to talk about. You know the part near the end where he's at that kind of like dinner party and he's giving this drunken
Yeah.
rant around the table.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
like how everybody like one by one starts to leave until there's nobody left at
Yeah.
the table, because it's like
Yeah.
kind of like the symbolism of how you're watching him kind of push everybody away, right? Like
Right.
Yeah,
he's
for
kind
sure.
of driving away, like
Yeah.
he kind of disagrees with his wife, his brother. Nobody wants him to
He's
do this
fucking
script.
losing it.
Yeah.
So it was like a cool
It's-
visual way to show that happening to him. I liked it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It feels like it's being kind of like intentionally cheesy, right? Where you got like, you got like this kind of classic character archetype of like, oh, he's like a drunken fool, but he's
Yeah.
really he's like a genius, but his addiction and everything is holding him back from really
Mhm.
being great. And I
And
like
his
how at
speech
the
itself
end,
was good too. Like it was a
yeah,
well-written monologue, I think.
it's I think the movie's really well written, and at the end
Yeah.
I really like how like everyone's telling him, it's like pull back, it's the best thing you've ever written, and I like that.
Yeah,
Wait, I
there
was
is a-
confused. Why were they telling him not to do it? If everybody thought it was so good, why were they're telling him that he shouldn't go through
Well,
it?
because he wouldn't get any credit for it.
Oh yeah,
Orson
and that's
Welles, in the
yeah.
context of the story, Orson, but like that's the thing, right? That's where the controversy comes in.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys know about this, but it actually kind of misrepresents what actually happened, which
Oh,
is
yeah?
basically, Orson Welles did contribute to the edits of Mank's script, and he contributed a lot to like cleaning it up and making it something approachable and like
Huh.
and digestible.
Yeah,
So
because the
kind
movie
of-
really paints it like he just kind of sat on his ass while Mank did the whole entire thing.
Yeah, which isn't entirely
Well, he was
accurate,
sitting
which
on
I
his
understand,
ass, too.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point.
but he was
Yeah.
doing all the genius work.
Mm-hmm.
I was
I get-
confused also by like the scene where they're at a funeral, and then it turns out it's what's his name, Irving's funeral. I felt like was that supposed to be like a bait and switch because we never saw him
When was
die.
that?
Like they're at a funeral and then it's like, do you remember that scene?
Yeah, he passes away.
When did
he
that
dies
happen?
from some condition or something.
Because I thought it
don't
was like a bait and switch because I thought it was the funeral for the guy who shot himself, but then
Oh,
it never
I don't know.
followed up on that, and I was like, wait, what happened to that guy? Like, he just killed
well,
himself,
that
and
guy-
then they
that
never
guy
mentioned it
just
again.
dies.
Yeah, but Mank was
Yeah.
just like, all right, okay,
Alright,
move
okay,
on.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, I think
thought that
that
was
actually
weird.
happened in real life, and Mank was kind of close to that guy, so it wants to show it. But yeah, I don't know.
But they never showed like him finding out or like reacting to his death. He was just kind of the movie just kind of moved on like it never happened. I felt like that was weird, unless I missed something in the dialogue.
No, not exactly. Like there's a build up to when he shoots himself, and then that part of the story ends, and it carries
Yeah.
on. And you kind of,
Oh,
I guess you do have to fill in the blanks to a certain.
I guess they
extent.
could have gone with like showing Mank himself like reacting to it and maybe how that affects like him in his because he was already kind of going down a depth hole, like he was
Yeah,
out drinking himself to death. So maybe
I don't know. I don't
how
think
that
you
affects
needed
him.
it that much.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
just
know.
kind of to put him in a place of like, I don't even know. It's been
Bad
too
things
long. I
happening to
needed to
this dude.
rewatch this.
Also, I'll be
I should have
honest.
rewatched it.
I'll be honest. About 40 minutes before the movie ended, I started to drowse off. I'll, I'll just be
Yeah.
completely honest. Yeah, I started to
You know, I
get a
didn't.
little bit tired.
A lot of people are saying it was boring. I was never bored, but I was never like excited either, if that
Yeah.
makes
I
sense,
get
you know?
that. I don't get why people were saying it was like like I get if you were bored, but like people were saying it was just like boring, and I don't know. I don't really agree. People were just saying like the story was uninteresting and it wasn't a story that needed to
Hmm.
be told. And I kind of disagree with that because it does
I
feel
feel
pretty
like,
I
boring.
think it's a nice story. I like it.
yeah, it was a good.
Yeah.
So I
Feel
don't.
like
I
it.
never really find myself that bored in movies. Because like if you just pay like it sounds stupid, but if you pay attention to the movie, there's always something to see and something to like process. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't I don't really get that,
Feel like it
but I
could have.
get.
Yeah.
Feel like it could have been a little shorter. Honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never felt that way. Like I don't know. I never felt that way, I guess.
I understand.
I don't know.
I wanna.
I felt like
Sorry,
there were
you go.
some things they should have expanded on and some things they should have cut. Like I felt like his relationships with certain people, it was like in one scene they were arguing and then, an unknown amount of time later they were like best friends and it was like, wait,
Yeah,
how
well, it
come
jumps around a lot. It kind of
yeah.
you
Yeah.
do have to fill in the blanks with the movie because it's just showing,
I guess that
small periods of
style
time. It's
of
not
jumping
super
back and
linear.
forth kind of messed with my head, but I
Yeah.
it was alright. Like there were parts going back to how I was saying I felt like I needed to know the real life story before like there were parts
Mhm.
where it was very clearly supposed to be like a dramatic scene where you're supposed to go like, "Oh," but I had no idea why or like why everybody was like there was that one scene where the what's the actor's name? The one who played the main woman with the blonde hair. Whatever her name was. You
Amanda
know who I'm talking
Seyfried,
about.
I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Amanda Seyfried.
There's like a scene where she says something at like a party and everybody goes silent. And I was like, what did she say?
Yeah,
Why was
yeah,
that so
because
bad? I don't
she was talking about politics and things,
Yeah,
and then
it
she
kind of
says
clicked
something that
later.
goes too far. Oh,
Yeah.
also she says there's a line in this movie where she says, "Oh, that Hitler guy is creepers," which
Yeah, I
I
like
really
that.
like.
Yeah.
Because
Good
she's
way to
really
describe
naive
it.
and she doesn't know what
Yeah.
she's talking about, and she thinks her
Right.
dad can just do everything. And then
Mhm.
when she steps too far, then everyone goes silent, and she
And
realizes
she
she
even
makes a
she doesn't
mistake.
know why. Like she kind of went outside and was like, I don't know
Yeah,
why
because she
everybody got
doesn't
so mad at me.
understand
Yeah.
like the politics or anything. She
Yeah.
doesn't know what she's talking about.
Like
Yeah.
it's good representation of a sheltered rich person,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I
Politics,
like that. I
schmolitics.
felt like all the characters were really fleshed out, and they all had like personality traits and things, and
Yeah.
like they all had
Mhm.
things going on. I like that a lot.
I
I
I also I want to mention really quickly that I also I really like the opening sequence and the music. Like it's really reminiscent
Yeah.
of like of old movies, like them driving in black and white, and there's this like
Mhm.
the title
old
card in the
music
sky,
playing.
Yeah, I
yeah.
definitely like
Yeah, I
that a
love
lot.
that.
That's kind of cool.
I love the opening of the movie. It's like
The
that's when I was like, yeah, I'm really gonna enjoy this movie. And
the
when I saw
accuracy
that, I
to
was
the
like,
time
yeah.
period is good. Like it's not even just a black and white filter. It's kind of not grainy, but it kind of has that like I don't know
Yeah.
how to describe it,
I
like
think
that
there
kind of
are a few
fuzzy
times
look to it, if
when
that
he
makes sense.
intentionally. Yeah, I feel like I think there were like a few times where he intentionally does like old film camera things, like just mistakes
Yeah.
that were fixed later.
Mhm.
Because there were things where like the screen was like there was like a part at like the top right where the screen was kind of like there was just like a quick circle, which
Yeah,
I
I
think that
noticed
was like
that.
trying to
Yeah.
But I also
yeah,
found it
okay,
weird
so
that
it's not just my TV.
that wasn't done more throughout the movie because in older movies wouldn't have that kind of like I'm not saying oh just fill the screen with circles all the time, but like wouldn't that have kind of happened throughout the entire film and not
I
just
don't know. I haven't seen
like
enough older movies, so
yeah, I don't know
I
how
don't
it
know.
Yeah.
works, but I feel like
I
that's not
couldn't
just a
tell you.
one-off thing. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
it happens a few times. Like I noticed it a
oh
few
yeah, I guess
times.
I only noticed the one. It's my fault. So yeah, are
Yeah,
we
I
good
did
for our
not.
ratings or do we have any more thoughts?
I was I want to yeah I just want to say cinematography was great. Lots of great set design. It
Mhm.
looked really good.
Good acting, good score too.
Yeah. Really good performances, actually.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman is great. I forgot to mention, but Gary Oldman does a great
job. The acting, I do think the acting is good. Even though I'm completely bullshitting right now. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what good acting is.
Dude, that's all I do too.
It's good acting, guys. I swear.
It was the performances from Gary Oldman and Amanda Seyfried really stuck out.
I think they kind of carried it a lot. Like not carried it, but they contributed
their
a lot
performances were the best. Like they were really
I think I was most interested in any scene that had primarily focused on one or both of them. Like
that scene when they're walking around
really well.
after she makes the mistake in the party and Mank and her are walking around, that might be my favorite scene in the movie. I love that scene. It's very like cheesy and I really like
I agree.
That,
that probably is my favorite part of it.
It was good. They had good chemistry together in those scenes.
Yeah, just really well written. So Zane, what would you rate it?
I'd give it a 7 out of 10 personally.
All right.
It's a good movie, I think.
Yeah, I would give it a 4 stars out of 5. I thought it was pretty great.
For these people who can't do math.
We should sync up our review system because some of us do out of 5, some of us do out of 10.
Yeah.
So, I do stars. I always just do stars.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the letterbox currency, really.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Callum?
I would give it a 3 out of 5 stars. I feel like it was not like kind of like Zane. You said this in an earlier episode. Like 6 is there's more good stuff than bad.
Yeah.
But not like insane amount of good stuff for me. I just kind of it was alright.
Yeah.
I understand.
I understand.
Liked it.
I get it.
All right.
We both understand.
Everybody
That's for
forget
ranking, guys. What can you say?
Yeah. So.
My movie time.
Yeah,
okay.
your time.
I picked this movie because I wanted to force myself to watch it. It's been on my watch list since it came out. Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler, directed by I don't know. Let me check.
Yeah.
Safety
Brothers. I love them. They're so good.
I was talking to my parents. I was like, "Oh, I need to watch this movie for this little thing I'm doing, right?" And they're like, "Oh, what movie?" And I'm like, "It's an Adam Sandler movie." And they're like, "What the fuck? Why the fuck choose an Adam Sandler movie?"
Yeah,
right?
dude. I was so surprised. Like, has he been able to do this the whole time and just chose not to?
Yeah, no, Adam Sandler is just fucking lazy. He's a great actor. He just doesn't give a shit.
There's no one else like that in Hollywood where they just can perform really well, but they just hold back because it's
because he just doesn't care.
Man.
He can just make money by just half-assing it.
Because people are still gonna go see Grown Ups 2, so he doesn't have
to. Grown Ups 2.
So, fun fact, I watched this like 2.5 hours ago. So
I saw you just logged it.
Yeah, I just relogged it.
Man, dude, this is so stressful. Like I know that's like the one word that describes this movie the most.
It didn't really stress me out, honestly. I was having fun dip.
Well, there you go.
It's like an adrenaline rush. That's what all their
is.
Dude, from the moment it started, when he's like,
you gotta watch Good Time.
All right, I will. From the movie where he's like, from the moment where it starts and he's in his shop and it's crowded and it's loud.
Yeah.
Immediately, I was already like, ugh. So it only got worse from there.
It is a very loud, shouty movie. Like,
if you watch this with nice speakers, it's so good because there's so much attention to detail with like sound design and where everyone is talking from, whatever. The synth and everything.
Yeah, the very synthetic
That's what all their
soundtrack.
movies are like. Like Good Time has that too, like just a very like synthy soundtrack.
I really wasn't expecting a very synthetic soundtrack for it. Like it didn't really feel right to me, but the idea of it being a very grimy kind of movie, but it had that very happy synthetic kind of sound to it. Very
not happy.
Yeah, not happy, but very
upbeat.
Yeah.
I think it ended up fitting because it was kind of the even though the movie as you said is pretty grimy, it's like there's kind of money and high stakes and diamonds and gems and all this cool stuff, shiny rich people stuff involved. So it kind of the soundtrack kind of is more around that part.
Yeah.
which I liked.
It did end up fitting. Just like the idea, you know, like in practice, it wouldn't seem that smart to do, but like when you actually put it in there, it actually fits quite well. Honestly.
Yeah, it really works with their cinematography too, with this like, you know, very close and like very
claustrophobic, like, kind of, deliberately.
It is a very claustrophobic thing, and I'm a big fan of the whole claustrophobic thing going. Like,
yeah, they use it so well in their movies. I gotta say, I love the use of real world people in it, like you know, Weeknd is in it, and like KG is like an actual basketball player.
He was like a major character too, which surprised me.
It feels like a real world. It feels like the real world. Like this is exactly what's happening. It's so
they don't
realistic.
make up some, you know, fake basketball player and like pretend that like they really And
they have
having the Weeknd at first, I was like, wait, why playing in like a small place like this? Isn't he famous? And then I realized it takes place in 2012, which is like before he blew up. And I don't know. I thought that was really cool. Like, kind of showing, even though who knows if that's, you know, anything like what his career looked like, but I just thought that was a cool take of looking at an artist when they just started.
I think that's accurate to what he was doing.
Yeah, it probably was accurate. Honestly.
Playing in smallish shows.
Like, he's like in the underground and everyone loves him and wants to see him perform. And then he has like he gets with like Adam Sandler's girl, and Adam Sandler's Adam Sandler. I found it just really enjoying this really depressing piece about just addiction and how this character just
it's like a gambling addiction.
Right.
It is. Yeah. It's not like a drug addiction.
Damn, the Gambit. Holy shit.
Oh my god, the ending.
Oh my god,
I was
the
like
Gambit.
The ending.
Yeah, it was
Gambit.
Oh, spoilers.
Yeah.
Big spoilers.
We spoiled Mank. I forgot.
I think we might have, honestly.
We did. We talked about the guy who killed himself.
Yeah, and
I'll put it in the thing. It's their fault.
You fall for Like, what do you expect?
What? What was I gonna say? Adam Sandler and Julia Fox, I thought were really good. Like they kind of.
Yeah, Adam Sandler's performance is fucking great. He does such a good job.
He plays like that fast talking kind of.
That sly,
really, you know,
that sly like swindler guy.
I feel like it was such a. You want him to win just because nothing goes right, but at the same time you can't really feel bad for him when he loses because everything that happens is his fault.
He is a dickhead.
He's an awful person.
Well, when you watch the movie, it's like, dude, you could just get out of the situation if you just gave him the money. Why are you betting it? And then he ends up spoilers, and then he ends up getting killed at the end of the movie, which is a great ending.
Yeah, that was a very good ending.
My immediate reaction was like disappointment, but then I realized, wait, that was the point. And then it kind of made it into a good ending. Like at first I didn't like that happened, but then I was like, wait, no, that's the only fate that can.
Yeah, it's the only thing that can happen because this guy, he's never gonna stop. Just like he just keeps going with everything that he does. It's the thrill of gambling.
And one thing that I wanted to mention, I really like how like the fact that both the guy in debt and the guy collecting the debt, both Arno and Howard both die because it's like before when they're alive, this debt, this money is like everything to them, but then in a second it means nothing, like it's gone. And I thought that was just such a cool.
And his actions end up getting a bunch of people killed or hurt. He's so selfish, but it's like at the same time he's miserable, and it's like, and you just kind of want to see him succeed. And there are parts where it shows that, you know, he can be a likable, charismatic character. It's like, dude, just get out of it. Get better with your family. Pay the money off.
KG the opal. Why would you do that to begin with? That's just such a stupid idea.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
He literally gets peer pressured into giving KG the opal, which literally starts the whole thing.
If he just didn't show it to him, if he just was like, "Wow, cool," left it in his office and went back outside. Movie ends.
He was trying to make some money off of that thing.
Well, no, he wasn't. But it makes sense. He wanted to get the influence. He wanted to get the respect, and maybe and it backfired. Grow his business. Yeah, but then KG's like, "Why are you gonna fucking show it to me if you're not gonna let me buy it?"
Right.
Which,
I think
I really enjoyed that.
if they had ended it by not having him die, it would have also been like okay, because there's kind of the irony of like he goes through all this, but he won once, and that's enough to keep him going. So he's never gonna change. You know, that would have been a cool way of
I don't
looking
like
at it.
that ending as much.
Well,
I think
me
No,
neither, but like I think
this is like
could have been a good
fate
ending
catching up to
anyways.
him, but it was a good way to end it, I think.
Yeah, he keeps running away and trying to just grow more and make his profit bigger, and it eventually just gets him killed.
Yeah, it's a
the one time he finally wins, and then it's like, nope.
Yeah. Yeah, and he puts his family in danger because of it and everything. Like he locks them in.
That's so dumb. You know?
And he's such like I can't stress enough how terrible of a person he is. Like as soon as Julia leaves him just for a little while, he immediately goes to his wife and is like, "Hey, you want to get back together?"
Yeah.
And, like the same day. It's
I
such
love
a
that scene.
slime ball.
That scene where he's like, where he's like, let's think about it a little more, and she just goes in on him. That scene, I really like.
Absolutely not, because he doesn't. Like every bad thing that happens to him, I think the only reason you might feel bad is because he's the protagonist and it's presented as that. But like he deserves everything. They're all a product of his own choices.
They are, but at the same time, he's like a charismatic guy, and he's just trying. He's very relatable. He's just acting out of self-preservation. That's all it is. He's acting out of self-preservation, and that's a relatable thing to be acting out of. And so
exactly.
That's with him, even though he's a dick. I connected with him.
No, you get why he's doing it, but at the same time, you feel like he could just get out of this so easily. But there's always that like call to just like, oh, I could get more. I have a lot, but I could get more.
Yeah, it's that addiction.
Yeah, it's a good like. It's a movie about gambling addiction, but he never actually like goes to a casino or anything. It's a different way of looking at that kind of story. I don't know.
Kind of way of like being very selfish.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because there are like the thing is about this movie, much like a lot of much like American Beauty last week, not a lot of the characters I would actually like.
No.
Like, a lot of
I'm actually looking at it now. I can't think of anyone who's a just good person.
Yeah, who's a good person in it, really.
But you don't need them to be. You just need you need to understand where they're coming from, and that's it.
No,
they're still relatable, even though they do bad things.
Because in real life, not everybody is like some pillar of honesty and kindness.
Yeah,
like people do shitty things.
Real life is
black and white. And they do shitty things.
I love like the more, and as the movie went on, just the problems just pile up on him, and you start to think, how could you ever get out of this many problems? And you get more and more stressed as the movie goes on, until like when they're watching that basketball game, my heart was literally like beating fast. I was like,
and he's just watching it on a TV screen, and it ends up being like the most captivating shit. It's everything's riding on that.
Because at that point, like I was really lucky to not have seen any spoilers, because at that point you don't know where it can go. Either he loses the bet and then probably dies, or he wins the bet, but then will he still die? Will he get off free? I don't know.
Yeah, guys, spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So good.
I love the cinematography, love the score. I love everything about it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, sorry,
go watch this one.
Spoiled the whole thing for
probably
you.
should have said that before we spoiled everything.
Yeah, before.
I think we can.
If you haven't watched this already, maybe it's not the best time right now.
Because now all the big moments are ruined. Sorry.
Yeah, they're also
I think we should
fresh in your
just
mind,
put like
too.
in the description of the podcast, we should just write spoilers, because it's kind of.
Yeah, I always do. I put that on.
No, like I mean, in the description for the whole thing, just because in general we rarely don't spoil a movie.
Yeah.
Because you got to talk about the ending.
Yeah, very true.
Right,
Ending is like the one of the most important things. It's what you're left with. I think at some points in the movie, I was kind of just hoping for the scenes to go a little faster. Like there were a few
that's fair.
Where I was like, okay, just go to the next part. This scene is kind of done, and it's kind of going on a little too long.
Like the part where he was in Julia's closet, it's like, why are we seeing so much of this? We kind of.
No, I was okay with that. I enjoyed that part, but like the part where he's like doing the recycling and garbage, I was like, okay, just cut to the to the next part.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also
Oh, yeah.
played Billy Joel.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I love how they use the
Oh, they
stranger,
played Billy
which is
Joel.
yeah,
like,
Nice.
that
I like
which
that
is
part.
all about which is all about like identity and
Mhm.
like you know hiding who you actually are
Yeah,
from your loved
it was
ones.
a very good song choice.
Yeah, it's good music choice.
Two
I
final
think the
thoughts I
music in
have.
general is pretty good too. I like a lot
Yeah.
of it.
Two
Yeah.
final thoughts I have. They don't have to be like the last thoughts, but just the last things I can think of. I really like how it starts and ends the same way. Like that was
Yeah.
Yeah.
simple,
Oh, and
but it was just kind of cool.
talk about an opening sequence, how it goes from the gem to his asshole.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
kind
Yeah.
I
of a
love
good
that.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
Because
great
you're
really
thinking
sick,
it's like, oh,
guys.
all this cool imagery, and then it just comes out as
It just comes out of
Yeah.
his ass.
Out of his colon, which was
Yeah.
fucking awesome. I love that.
Yeah,
And then the
of
other thing I
course you
thought
think
of,
that's
his
awesome.
him dying was like foreshadowed a few times. Did you guys pick up on that? I feel like it
no.
was. There was a part where he's
I
in the
watched it a
car,
second time.
where he's in the car with his kids, and they're playing a game on their phone, and it like lingered. The camera is lingered on Adam Sandler, and one of his kids goes like, "Oh, you died," and then I was thinking like, wait. Maybe that means something, but I kind of forgot about it later.
I
And then
think that's
but then
reading
there's
into
another
it.
part where they
Yeah.
mentioned the death of the firstborn, and then I thought maybe that's foreshadowing too. I don't know.
That was just
When I
him
say it
making
out
a
loud, I
joke
think
at
I'm
a
reading
dinner
into
party.
it. Yeah, but when
I
he
didn't really see it that way.
Yeah.
just saying that line made me think like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Callum,
Maybe I just look
on
for
the
meaning
right,
where there
I
is
think
none.
that is reaching.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's
I
a
think
little
that's-
bit of a
I
reach.
tend to reach.
It's a
Okay.
bit of a
The
reach.
Safdie
You do
brothers
tend
would
to
never
reach,
do
actually.
that.
You really do.
Yeah.
But you know
Yeah,
what? If a movie can make you reach, then it's a good movie.
We say that every time,
Yeah,
but
but
sometimes,
I just say it to
sometimes
myself.
But it's true, you know, it's very true.
It's
What can you
true.
say?
Yeah.
I
It's super
give
correct.
Uncut Gems a 4.5 stars.
Me too. Same score. 4.5. 4?
You give it
I
4,
gave it a
Zane?
4.
All right,
Cool.
cool.
Four.
Pretty high
I hope
scores.
you can
around across the board.
understand.
We understand.
I'm not upset.
I hope you guys can understand. I'm so
We
sorry.
still accept you.
I'm so sorry I didn't
For who
agree
you
with
are.
you.
Yeah,
all
it's
good.
okay. All right,
Yeah.
last one.
Speaking of me, so this is my pick for
Good
the
one.
for the album, 1972 progressive rock. This one has 3 songs in it, and keep in mind it is a full length album, as in it is about 40 minutes long, and it has 3 songs in it. 3.
Yeah.
You count that on one hand. It is
That's,
guys, it is of
Count
course
on
the
3.
album 1972 by Yes, Close to the Edge. All right.
which is their best album. Don't at me. It is.
It is
I-
definitely their
definitely
best album. All right.
Well, give me your thoughts, Zane. What do you
Big
think?
fan of this
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
I'm a big fan of this. We're gonna do this out of 5 again, I guess. Are we gonna do it?
Oh wait, are we starting with our?
Yeah, we are
Scores
definitely.
right away?
Well, no. I'm talking. Like, are we going
Yeah,
to
out of
rank our
5.
scores? Okay.
Yeah, I would
Alright.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
I
fan.
think
You know?
I want to hear Callum first, and then I'll.
Yeah, actually, Callum, I'm very
What do you-
interested.
Uh oh. I didn't really like it that much. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Damn, understandable, honestly.
Okay.
Understandable.
First thing, this might just me being a meathead, but I don't understand the appeal of the 20-minute long songs. It's like, why can't you just break it
Guys,
up into a
he's
few songs
fat meathead.
It's
Guys,
and make
about
it sound the same? I don't understand.
Guys,
Okay.
what a meathead! I can't
Yeah,
believe
well,
that
here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? The album after this is just like my opinion, but like the album after this is called Topographic Oceans or something like that.
Yeah.
And there are also like 4 20-minute long songs, but there it's like you're just doing it because you can. You're just doing
Yeah.
it to
Right.
show off.
Here, I think
That's the thing. I
it's
feel like it
applicable.
doesn't. I feel like it doesn't actually doing that doesn't really add anything, and I feel like it's just kind of done just cause.
I
So-
disagree. I disagree,
think it
Callum.
was- I mean,
that's-
I can't
that's
really
fine.
say it's because of it's because of the storyline of the song, because it's a Yes album.
It does feel like it's supposed it does feel like it is
Mhm.
supposed to be an 18-minute
Yeah,
song.
it
It's not a
definitely
bunch
does feel
parts
like it
made
though.
together. It's a fold. It's just an onslaught of
Yeah.
music.
Yeah,
That's all it
could've
is.
been For me, I feel like you know how when you can do kind of make a few songs sound like one just by having them not fade in, but like transition into each other. I feel like you could have done that and achieved the same effect.
Well, I mean,
I don't
the
know.
thing is,
Yeah,
the
but
thing is,
I don't know.
right?
It's so fast paced and it's constantly moving.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, Callum, right? This is a suite. So basically, it's a bunch of like individual songs that make up into one whole. So technically, it is, you know, it's 4 different songs technically, but on Spotify they list it as one 18-minute long song.
It doesn't feel that way when I listen to it, though. It just feels like one long song.
It very does. Yeah, it does flow in. Like it very much flows into the whole thing, and like you know the beginning, or you know around like the first third, it comes back right at the end, which is fucking. The ending is so sick.
The ending is just like an onslaught of different sounds and things from the song, and like that is, they really blow their load way too early, because like Close to the Edge, like none of the other 2 songs don't hold a candle to Close to the Edge. Close to the Edge is fantastic.
I was bored during the other 2 songs. Like Close to the Edge was
no, I like the
fine.
song.
I like the other 2.
I feel like one thing I do want to mention that really stuck out to me, the part where he keeps saying "I get up, I get down." I did not like that part at all. The melody I just found like
you talking
weird,
about,
and those lyrics sound like the lyrics you would hear in like a party rock anthem song. Like it sounds like a dance club song, but he's singing it with like this like passionate voice, and it's like what?
It's really. I love how it goes to like the organ where he goes like, I get down, and then it goes to the organ. Like that's one of my favorite moments in the song.
Such a huge sound. Like it's really, really cool.
It's got such like power to it and such like a drive. I really like that a lot. I get it. I guess like I get why you wouldn't like the lyrics. I enjoyed them.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
know.
that.
I just nothing else really stood out to me because I was just kind of like.
Generally, the thing about Yes lyrics is that they usually just try to use a bunch of words that sound cool, but also kind of work in a sentence, and you know they flow well together.
Yeah.
But they don't really have too much of a meaning, all things considered.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more
this would be
some of their songs too, but most of them are just like are just about things, about things,
about like fields and. Stuff, rivers and grass and stuff.
You know, very like complicated sentences that sound cool.
But they sound cool. That's about all.
They do sound cool.
It's
a Gorillaz thing where it's like I just kind of like the sound, and the lyrics are kind of like
like what the fuck is
things. It's
pagans. What the fuck does that?
I mean, I guess that's the point of like poetry. It just doesn't really sound like the poetry can just be a bunch of words slapped together. People will be like, "Damn, this is deep." Yeah. So it's like you can do the same thing with song lyrics.
I'm not saying their songs are deep, but I do think they're very, very enjoyable.
Yeah, I can definitely understand why you don't enjoy it as much.
I felt like a little zoomer when everybody was like, "Bro, this album is a 10," and I listened to it and I was just like, "Is it?" I felt like bad. I
mean, we picked Mr. What the fuck is it called? Dark Side of the Moon. That was my pick. Right?
Yeah. Well, Close to the Edge.
It's a lot.
It's about as progressive rock as you can get.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, not. It's pretty far down the rabbit hole, but there are a few.
Okay, Topographic Oceans is about the most progressive rock you can get. Actually,
4 songs in the entire album, and it's
I do not like Topographic Ocean.
Do you listen
album.
to the whole thing?
No.
Dude, at first with this album, I was gonna listen to the deluxe edition, but then when it ended, and I was like, now I gotta listen to You and I all over again.
To the deluxe, it goes on a really long time.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It's
really long.
Yeah, I didn't like. Wait, is America? Is that on the regular version?
No, it's only the first.
I did not like that. I got through that song and I was just like,
it's not part of the.
They have a 10-minute version of that song on another deluxe edition of the album.
Jeez.
We should move on to the other songs though.
Yeah.
Because then you got what's the middle one called?
And You and I.
And You and I.
And you and I, and American Siberian Kotru,
Yeah,
not
I
American
don't even
Kotru.
like remember them. I just they
Wow.
didn't do it for me. I got it wrong.
Yeah, I'll be honest. And you and I doesn't like. I Zane. Your complaint is that it doesn't need to be as long as it
It
is,
does
right?
not need to be as long, honestly.
I kind of disagree. I was fine with the length. It's way too slow for me. Like that song is.
Mhm.
I still
I can
enjoy it,
understand.
and I would listen to it for sure.
I feel like
I don't know. When the song
mid-section-
is over and there's like 30 seconds of like a river and bird sounds, I was like, you can probably just go to the next track now. You don't need to do this part.
I like that. I thought I
Well,
like
it's,
the.
you
I
know,
think
it's kind of a
really long.
vinyl thing. It was kind of a vinyl thing, a thing of the past. It's like, they finished.
I
the
guess
thing,
it's you got to imagine sitting down with a record player and just like
Right.
listening to this.
Yeah, 'cause that was the main format for it.
Yeah.
It was released in 1972.
I mean that. Some of these, like listening to some of those parts has got to be pretty fucking cool, especially like the
Yeah.
parts on like Siberian Kotru and Close to the Edge, where
Yeah.
it's just like this soundscape.
Yeah, Siberian
gotta be
Kotru,
pretty
that
cool.
instrumental section, holy shit. With the fucking,
Yeah,
with the
wait, the
sitar.
piano part, the piano.
No, I'm
Sorry.
talking like after after the second chorus, and when Steve brings in the fucking the sitar, and then they play the funny
Yeah.
like
piano.
sitars. They go
And then
wow.
And then that very cool guitar sound. Like I don't know what the fuck. Like I don't know how to describe it. I think they use.
That's
a
what it's
lap-
called. It's a
One
very
part
cool
where they
guitar.
play a piano. I really like it's some like weird sounding piano.
Yeah,
I really like the
yeah,
sound.
it's the part of that. Like holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and that part is like one of the most memorable
Yeah.
parts of the song for me. That solo is really really good.
Yeah. Just like there's basically split into 4 individual parts. They had the sitar, they had I think it's like a Celesta or something, and then they had the lap steel guitar, which is basically like a slide guitar.
Yeah.
And then the actual electric guitar. And I think that was
Yeah.
I think it was really cool. Like that whole part.
The melody or whatever you call that, like the motif or whatever, that what they play, like the recurring thing, the recurring melody they play, I really like that. It's really catchy and enjoyable.
Uh-huh.
I like the
Sorry,
one
Callum.
on And You and I too. I like how it's like very slow and plotting, but also just it's kind of boring to me after a while.
Yeah. I can
And
get
it's
that.
not because of the length. I want to clarify. It is not
Uh-huh.
because that song is long. It's just it's too
Yeah.
slow.
I think the middle section of it is really cool because it right
I
before the second half of the song, there's just like this very climactic build up, and I feel like that could have been where it should have ended. That could have been where it ended.
Well, I like
honestly.
the actual ending too because it's
Yeah.
just kind of like another version of that
Right.
climactic.
That it was like just the going into the second half. That was like a really, really sick part. I'm sorry, Callum.
Yeah.
I think for me to enjoy an album, they have to like dangle keys in front of me like a baby every 5 seconds, so I'll stay
Jesus
engaged.
Christ.
That's
Everyone's
you
just
don't
a
have to
problem with
like
me.
You don't
downgrade
have
your-
to enjoy it.
that.
You don't have
can
to
enjoy
enjoy it.
the album. It's not a big deal.
I'm just
But that
Yeah.
album too, I think it grows on you once you listen to it a few more times.
Yeah, I
is
only listened
considered
to it like
like-
once and then another time just kind of skimming through to remind myself.
Yeah,
So I guess
yeah.
that's my fault. But
It took me
Yeah.
a while to actually get like accustomed to everything going on.
Yeah.
that's probably it. It's
I
so
would say,
far
like,
from
it
what I
took me,
normally
like,
listen
4
to.
or
Then
5 listens.
yeah,
It really grew on me.
Yeah,
then,
it really it starts to get better. You like you don't necessarily have to if you didn't enjoy it too much. I liked it when I first listened to it. Upon
Yeah.
first listen, I liked it. But yeah, I think it's great now. Like after listening to it a lot, and like a bunch of the nuances in all the songs as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't pick up on that obviously.
Right. They're a 5-piece
You don't have
band.
to like you're
Yeah.
like making fun of yourself.
Jeez.
it's
You
not,
sound-
That's what
not
I
a bad-
do.
It's not. Yeah. Don't worry. Progressive rock is not that deep. They just do complex shit for the sake of doing complex shit. That's
Well,
Yeah.
it's not.
that's kind of the whole.
Isn't
point.
that why we do all things?
Yeah.
Just cause?
Yeah.
True.
Well, the thing is,
Uh,
one of the guys in
Yep.
Yes, they're like, we just make things complicated, just for, just to have fun doing it. There's a
That
part.
sounds good. And
Yeah.
I really like. Oh, I forgot to mention, but on "Close to the Edge" in the last like part of that song, there's like this descending sound that they use to transition into a bunch of different parts, which I really like that like transition sound.
Yeah.
And it really carries like each
Mhm.
part of that song.
Yeah. Also,
Oh yeah, sorry.
if you didn't pick up on the bass guitar, you pick up on the bass guitar.
Oh, the fart noise synth.
It's not a synth though. It's an actual bass. It is
not
a
a
bass
bass.
guitar.
Bass.
No, it is a bass guitar. It's just because the bassist
Oh,
is
you're
so
really
sick.
upset. You're upset.
The bassist is just really sick, and I cannot believe that you're saying this to my good friend
I
Chris.
give Close to the Edge a 4 stars. Yeah, 4 stars. I
give
think
it a 4.5. That's my favorite.
very high 4 stars. I think,
Yeah,
but it's not
I give
exactly.
I give it a 4.5. That's my personal opinion.
I'm feeling like a 1.5 too. I gotta be
Damn.
honest.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is low.
Wow.
Well, that's
Jeez.
that's what is that?
No,
3,
it's
4
fine.
out of 10.
Yeah, that's okay. You know.
Your thoughts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just that you don't understand the music, and also you're really like,
You don't get it, bro.
Yeah, you don't understand
get it.
anything.
You didn't
Callum.
get it.
Yeah,
You
I
didn't-
think
you
I have
didn't
to start
understand
like
the meaning of Siberian Khatru.
I always have this like perception whenever I listen to something and don't like it that I don't get it, but I think I just need to get that out of
No,
my head and just think,
It's
no, I
not
just
like
don't
that.
like it.
It's
It's
an
not as
opinion.
complicated
You
as I'm
can
thinking it
enjoy
is. Yeah.
My
Yeah,
next pick
exactly.
is going to be fucking shitty. My next pick is going to be so shitty.
True.
I'm going to.
Oh yeah.
I'm going
So
to
the
dive.
rotation. This has been funny show, but
Oh yeah, we're done.
basically
Yeah.
the next rotation. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it for this one.
That's the whole thing, right?
It was much shorter than the last one. It
Yeah.
just feels shorter because the last one was
next,
so long.
Next episode is a special one. It's
Yeah, we got
really
a Christmas
exciting.
special.
So
Coming
Yeah,
out.
as
Callum,
well as for
no.
episode 5, episode 4.5. That's the Christmas little thing going
Yeah.
on there, right?
Yeah.
What are the podcasts?
Episode
Oh
five.
yeah,
Has
okay.
0.5s.
Wait, shut up. So
Mhm.
Okay.
Zane, so so the order goes, Zane movie, me movie, Callum Muse album.
Muse
Is what
album.
is the plan?
Yeah.
And the
episode
Christmas
5
is gonna happen.
and episode 5 is very exciting. Be
Oh
prepared
yeah,
for it.
do we reveal? No, let's keep it.
Yeah,
No,
let's keep it a
we
We
secret.
still have a half episode in between this,
Yeah,
so
we got
we'll,
a
Yeah,
half
we're gonna
episode.
upload
We
a
gotta save
special
some
episode on
surprise.
Christmas that we're recording right after this one.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy. All right, and
that
you get to
one is-
listen to
I'll
it.
tell you about that one. That one's gonna be on Die Hard and Elf and no album because
Yeah,
it's
no,
gonna
we're
be
gonna- we're gonna talk about a
we're gonna
song.
talk about a song.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
a
we're gonna
song,
start-
and
we're
we're gonna be
start a song.
very brief about it. We don't want it to be
Yeah.
a full.
It's not gonna be a long. It's just a bonus thing.
Yeah,
Anyways,
just a bonus.
this
Okay,
has been
thank you for
Prog
listening.
Show Funny Cast.
Uh-huh.
Go,
Oh, it's your turn,
Can we change the
Jackson.
name to Prog Show? Funny.